Let's go! Guys, this is an extremely important video because today we're talking about where Bitcoin is going to go next, whether you should get into a new trade right now or not. Where is this train going to stop? Well, you can already kind of see where it did stop around my orange line, but we are going to talk about this because I have some very important news for you. We're talking about Ethereum, we're talking about stable coins, we're talking about BNB crushing it, and also this pump in Bitcoin. What does this mean on chain? Does this mean that we are about to see that top in Bitcoin? We've been expecting consolidation for a prolonged period of time. We have had that already. So is this good news for Bitcoin? Is it actually going to make a difference? Guys, this is an important video. If you want to make money in these markets, I do suggest you to subscribe to this channel because we are going to talk about very time-sensitive things today, and also activate the bell so that you get notified as soon as I release a new video. So let's kick it off by talking about where we left off yesterday because it's important. So I said, if we drop to this specific level, which I talked about in this video, I am going all in Bitcoin. So I became extremely bullish. Actually, the last couple of videos, I have been very bullish. Why? Because we had been consolidating for a while, and this is what I wanted to see. In yesterday's video, I said that I feel like technically the consolidation we have had now, we've had it for a couple of months here on Bitcoin, going up to 57,444 here in February, going down. And as you know, we became very bullish when we got down to this level. We played this, we rolled this all the way up here. We took profit, nice. Some more consolidation, and now I think that we are ready for the next leg up. I said that in my video yesterday. Also, I posted it on Twitter. Bitcoin is so ready to melt faces. When we hit $60,000 the first time, I said I wanted a consolidation. In my video earlier today, I said I think this consolidation is enough. Bitcoin, you got my approval. And then, lo and behold, you saw that massive pump in Bitcoin. So make no mistake, even though sometimes I am exploring the possibility of where, if Bitcoin were to have a big drop, and I did that yesterday as well, if Bitcoin were to have a big drop, I am going all in, and I'm talking about those specific levels, but with a much higher degree of certainty, we are going to have that pump in Bitcoin, and I think that this train is going to continue. But in the short term, you need to be aware of this. Okay, so on the 1 hourly, if I zoom in here, where did we meet resistance on my on Bitcoin here? We shot up and we met perfect resistance at my orange line at $61,000. Call it $61,000 here, and then we had a big rejection. And are we going to continue here? Should I remove this orange line? What do you think? If I remove this orange line, do you think that Bitcoin is going to shoot up? I'm just kidding with you. Of course, it's not going to do that. Or is it? But I got bombarded by people who said that they were buying at the orange box here and taking profit as we went up to this orange line. How much was that? Just for the fun of things. 5%, 10x leverage, 56% in profit. So massive congratulations to everyone who did that. And especially if you also supported this channel by signing up for Bybit and Femex and getting $200 for free, by the way. So if you're supporting the channel, I'm bringing all of these videos to you for free. The only thing, if you are trading on Bybit and on Femex, why not use my links? It helps me out a ton, and also it does give you this nice bonus. So if you're not signed up for these services, make sure to do that, and also watch my training tutorial at the end of this video. So what now? There's a couple of things we need to pay attention to. If we are to break this orange line, which I think is a matter of time, where is the next level of resistance? Well, there is a specific price point you need to be aware of right now. First off, so let's talk about this inverse head and shoulders a lot of people are talking about. And you remember a couple of videos ago, I said that this is actually not an inverse head and shoulders, because an inverse head and shoulders should be the kind of reversal. It's a reversal pattern from a downtrend, and this is not a downtrend. So Bitcoin going up right now actually has nothing to do with this inverse head and shoulders. So you have the shoulder here, you have the head, and you have the second shoulder. So this would be very beautiful, just not right here. So let's say if, look at this. Okay, so look at the Bitcoin price here. If Bitcoin, instead of going up here, were to continue going down and, make the inverse head and shoulder like this, this would be valid. It's a reversal pattern, it is a downtrend, and then you're going up. This is not the case right now. This inverse head and shoulder is actually coming at an uptrend. So in other words, Bitcoin going up right now has nothing to do with the inverse head and shoulders. It has everything to do with breaking this line right here and breaking also the key orange line here at 59,300. Fueled by the buying pressure coming from the orange box. It's as easy as that, guys. The orange box, as you know, usually a very good idea to buy as we approach the orange box, because the buyers down here are going to be a lot. Okay, there's going to take a lot of pressure to actually get through this buy wall, and if we're not going down below it, well, there's only one way for the Bitcoin price to go, and that is up. And so that's what actually happened. Something else I want to talk about is the Voodoo Pattern. Remember the Voodoo Pattern in which we were using to kind of predict Bitcoin going down from $60,000 down to, was it $50,000 or so? And I gave you this warning in my videos, and it was very accurate in predicting that. Let me show you. So of course I'm talking about this pattern, and this blue pattern is actually drawn from the previous kind of consolidation or cycle from the top down to the eventual bottom, and then off we went. So I just took this and I applied it to the price action we had, and that was actually very accurate in predicting. So you have the absolute top here. You came very close to the absolute bottom right here. It was following it perfectly, and then we went up. But look at this. This is interesting. So it seemed like, this was not doing its job anymore. But look at this. On the peak here, you can see that the blue Voodoo Pattern actually got to the very same level as the price here. So even though they fluctuated a bit here, at the end of the day, they still met here. And not only that, if we go to right now, where are we? Well, Bitcoin price is right at the Voodoo Pattern. So yeah, I mean, don't put too much attention to this. I just think that this is a very fun thing to look at, because yes, it did predict to the absolute dollar almost the drop here. And now it is actually telling us where the Bitcoin price is at least at some point going to get to, according to the Voodoo Pattern here. And now we are right at it. So are we going to go down for a bit here before shooting higher? Who knows? As I said, don't put too much attention to Voodoo. If you put too much attention to Voodoo, you are not going to be too fortunate in life, I think. No disrespect to all the shamans out there, but still very interesting that we met it exactly here. Moving on, let's talk about the wedge on the 1 day candles. So this is this one right here, and you can see that we are still within the wedge here on the daily, and this is big. And yeah, a couple of more days maybe before we have a breakout out of this wedge, which I think is going to be to the upside. Now, a wedge is, the pattern itself is usually bearish, but also you can see that the trend is very bullish, and we are in a bull market. So, it can break to the up or to the downside, obviously, but I think that it's more likely, as things stands right now, that it's going to break to the upside. Of course, we have to be prepared also if it breaks to the downside. But I'm bullish on Bitcoin, I'm bullish on this market still, and if it breaks to the upside, that is going to be very interesting. And remember how we talked about the inverse head and shoulders, and we talked about, so one thing I do want to say is that if you still, even though this is technically not a inverse head and shoulders, if you consider this an inverse head and shoulders, the target technically would be $68,000, $67,000. Now, if we look at the next targets for Bitcoin based on Fibonacci's, you can see that if we draw a trend from the, or a Fibonacci from the recent trend, from the $62,000 all-time high down to the bottom at 50,000 approximately, you can see that 68,000 in this vicinity, 68,800 actually, is the next Fibonacci target. So $68,000 vicinity is very important. Also, if we draw a Fibonacci from the trend before that, so from $42,000 down to $30,000, and from the bodies of the candles, you can see that the Fibonacci level is actually 67,000. So in other words, a lot of these Fibonacci's based on the previous trends, and this is just natural market psychology, are telling us $68,000 or $67,000, $69,000 in that vicinity. That is also where I have my orange line right here. So pay attention to this orange line. In other words, to make it simple for yourself, just understand a lot of technical indicators are pointing towards this, and I will keep you updated. Ethereum broke this line and yeah, shot up. Ethereum is at price discovery, but 2,500 is still the next target. So, of course, this is a big jump, but I don't really have anything else here. We will see if if Ethereum goes up and establishes a range. I am going to know more where the support and resistance lines are going to be. But for now, this is the level to pay attention to, 2,500. Cardano, the stable coin, can we trust this? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, we are resting right now with this candle. We're resting on the orange line. And Cardano, you know, it has this habit of getting into this vicinity again at between these orange lines. So yeah, I'm waiting for Cardano to have a more prolonged consolidation above this orange line before I'm jumping into new trades. BNB is still crushing it. There's no stopping this. This is going to continue. I've been bullish on BNB. I've been telling you about it on my channel since it was at $20 something, all-time high. We will see where this is going to stop, but yeah, for now it's doing good. I think it's going to continue to do well. Okay, let's talk about some on-chain data. We're going to talk about the Nupal because this was one of the big factors why I wanted to see that consolidation in Bitcoin. And the biggest question is, should we look at this with the light theme or should we do the dark theme? Usually I want to do the dark theme in general with everything, but I don't know, with Glassnode it seems like the light theme is not really that bad. Actually, let's do the dark theme. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Okay, so let's zoom in here. So let's look at the Nupal from the previous time we actually went into the blue area up until now, okay? So blue area here, you saw the Bitcoin price go down. This was the previous all-time high. You see that we were actually, let us zoom in a bit more. You can see that we were very close to getting into this at the 8th of January and very close also the 21st or 21st of February here. Since then, because Bitcoin has had consolidation, the Nupal has been going down and now we are at a very healthy level, meaning that Bitcoin can now have that pump I've been talking about in my videos on Twitter without crushing the on-chain data. So things are actually playing out perfectly. Things are playing out exactly as we have been expecting. I hope that you're making insane amounts of money in this market. And yeah, I will keep you updated. Later today, I'm actually releasing a video on Engine. So, you know, Engine released a video a couple of weeks ago. It has 10x since then. So we're doing another video giving you some updates on Engine. But anyway, I'm digressing. So make sure to watch the trading tutorial popping up in the middle of this video right now. I will see you in there.